start, it's kind of hard to say, I'm kind of shaky right now. You just start with like a big circle.
Okay. Now is that the overall shape of the head, or?
No, that's just like think of how like a skull is like really heavy up here, and then you just have your jaw down here.
Okay.
So like always kind of be thinking about like what your...
There's a jaw that you draw off that circle.
Yeah, that's kind of like the hot air balloon, and there should be a basket down here, but there's not.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
And then we're kind of halfway down the circle, just depending on if they're looking down or if they're looking up or straight across. You kind of make a...
So he's looking straight out.
So you're looking straight out, yeah, yeah. And then same thing goes for the center line. If you want a profile, or if you want like a 3/4, like almost like a senior picture pose,
Yeah.
then you just kind of make it that way accordingly. And you can still kind of use this for a full-on profile. So then you make your center line where the center of the face is. This one's looking front, and so this is where your nose is. The bottom of your nose is. Bottom of the circle, yeah. And at your center line, of course, your nose is going to be your center. So then you start with, what you think kind of the honk of the nose would be. That's the particular term. And then 2 circles across. You have the bridge.
Is anybody's nose really that rounded, though?
No, but when you...
So you just take out that bridge line?
Yeah, when you're drawing volumes, it's kind of going to come out like cartoonish.
Okay.
So you have like the highlight right there.
Maybe they have a bump right there.
Yeah. They're boned, if they've ever had a broken nose. And then you just draw like these big kind of eye cavities, like where the socket would be.
Right, so these like you drew because those are highlights. That's like the foremost part of their face where it would catch light, right?
Well, yeah, you can do that, but also just different. Some people have a really big bridge, or it's very narrow or something, so that just kind of helps you gauge to get their individual nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're looking at someone though, you should look at the light spots and then draw circles around the light spots.
Those help guide you quite a bit, because that's where you'll see like shadows on people's bone structure. So then 2 just big holes for your eye sockets. So this is the eye area, and then your eyeballs start directly above the outsides of your nose usually, but you're just kind of gauging.
The center of your eyeball is the outside of your nose.
No, the inside of your eyeball, where your eyes start.
Okay, yeah.
And then your eyes are as wide as your nose. These are just like the general rules. So then you give 2 eye volumes. Pick what way.
Ovals,
Yeah, just however you want to get started. This is all just kind of your guide work. Yeah. And then however you want them to be looking. And we'll kind of come in and clean up all of that. Okay. And then I think to the middle of the lip is another nose length, so usually it's like halfway down in this model. And then just kind of a curvier mouth always seems to pop up your... Don't be afraid to not make a straight line, I guess. And then you have their lip volumes.
Those are the highlights on the lips.
Just kind of, yeah, the big bubbles on the lips. And then you get a big volume for a chin. And then you can start going in and figuring out like their cheekbones.
So at what point do you start determining the difference between a male and a female? From the very beginning? Or is there a certain feature that you can pull out?
Not really. I mean, yes, the jaw, a lot of times, but as far as like facial features, like eyes, nose, lips, I don't really think, they pertain to a particular gender. So yeah, and this is just kind of the guideline for your jawline. And then forehead always helps when you're establishing, like if you get into shading and stuff. Helps figure out your light patterns on the lips and stuff. So then you just get to start kind of going in and figuring out what lines you really want to use. And I'm going to say, for the sake of this, that the light's coming from like over here. So your shadows are going to be weighted on this side. Eyes are usually kind of almond shaped. You can make, there's like other tricks and stuff that you can make, like parallelograms and jazz. trick for shading on the eyes.
Alright, this looks good. So you just,
You just, like, wherever your light source is, you know, that's the brightest source. I'm gonna say it's over here. So you do these little, like, crescent things to show you where that is. And then you always have this kind of U-shaped, or upside down, like an arch shadow over your eye from shading down from your eyelids. So that's pretty dark.
okay.
And then on people's eyes, usually the outer rim is you know, pronounced more dark than anything else. So you just kind of, and then it gets lighter as it goes in.
So this looks like I guess it could be any gender stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Maybe a boy, if more than
androgynous.
a man.
Yeah,
At least with the lips, it looks like.
yeah, but, you know, men have
I guess that
eyebrows,
you're just
too.
drawing I'm just curious about which features to draw out. Because sometimes when I draw, like, figures of faces, like I want to draw a woman, and usually I resort to the hair length, like, or maybe
Okay.
drawing top eyelids.
Do you want me to draw a man or a woman? And I'll see what happens.
I want you to draw one.
Okay. So you have the upper lid, and then usually, no matter how old you are, you have some lower lid stuff. Eyebrows. At the top of the circle. And just start picking places where you realize the light would hit on the other side. There's a bone here. You have the bridge of your nose casts a shadow. You have like a kind of hook around.
So you imagine the light source coming in from right here, right?
Yeah, it's shining this way. There's kind of a shadow right here at the end of the eye cavity.
So now you shaded in those highlights.
I like the circle I left as the
Okay, I
highlight.
guess on the lips. Those, I guess that's the those are highlights.
Oh
They're
no,
just the
those are
lip
just
volume,
kind of
as you
the
said.
yeah, the blue
Okay. The blub blubs.
yeah, so the top lip is really always darker unless you're lit from the bottom. And then you get like a little kind of overhang shadow on the top lip on the bottom. It's coming that way, so like this side of the lip will be darker. You can keep going.
So now you started the shading phase. After you complete the eyes, you start to fill in. That's usually the
That's how
Process
I
that you
do
take?
it. Yeah. Once
Okay.
you get the eyes done, you can just because everything. I don't know. I guess I draw the eyes a lot more than I draw anything else. Like the rest is mostly just shading.
Now, what are you gonna do with that circle on the chin? Can you round out the face? Maybe put the ears in, or is it gonna take a while?
Oh, it's the shadows. say she has hair.
Yeah, like that wisp into the face.
Oh, this is just from where I did the circle.
I think that should be a wisp of hair.
The wisp. Yours usually line up with the end of your nose.
I heard they start at the top of your eye.
So yeah, the connector part would be around here, but it's going to be covered up, so we don't have to draw ears.
Okay.
Actually, the way I figured out how to, like, if you actually do ever have to draw on here, is just feel your own while you draw it, and just kind of do the shape.
Feel and draw. What is that?
She's her neck.
Oh, okay.
She also has a lot of fucking hair. Here, I'll just do something like that. And then your neck, sometimes it's, like I always line it up with the outside of the eye area. And then you can land like shadow here, figuring that her chin's casting that way.
Very nice. So you could go in and erase this stuff if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
usually you just let that go, don't you?
I leave it in. It's not like I'm, giving it to the person or.
Okay, so but you could even give this to it. You say you could go up a picture or just looking at somebody, draw that pretty much. Just remember
Yeah.
those general rules.
Yeah, just kind of get the
and
same.
adjust little things accordingly.
Like the stuff that I did, the only thing that's kind of uniform for everything is the big circle and the little almost diamond or triangle shape that you start out with. That's the only thing that you get started with, and then from looking at it, you realize, okay, they have a really huge nose, or they have like a really tiny point to their nose.
Sometimes you play around and just go off a dimension or something and try to see how weird it makes a person look.
Well, I mean, like, if you just go
How
off
so?
dimensions, like, oh, yeah, I would say if you just go off dimensions, then you'll always get kind of this looking person. But
Right,
just like,
okay.
we just abandon all dimension, but still kind of try to capture, like, the shape of their eye or things like that. I've never tried